Hello and welcome to the ASP video training series. Today we'll be talking about how to install vinyl siding on a home. At ASP we use vinyl siding over existing siding, on our new room additions, and even on mobile homes over blue foam. All of the homes we work on are a little different and offer different challenges and corners to work around. All of these can be overcome with a little patience and problem solving. On this project we are incorporating new siding or skirting in with our siding project. In other words, we will be carrying down our siding past the floor system. To do this, we had to frame up walls from the ground to the floor, as described in the underpinning section of our construction manual. We wanted to also improve the energy efficiency of the home, so we are adding blue foam to the lower framing. The blue foam is cut to fit and screwed or nailed into place. We used house wrap tape to tape the seam between each piece of blue foam and between the house and blue foam. We are installing house wrap over the existing siding to provide an additional weather barrier. We taped our seams in the house wrap as well as around the windows and doors. After the house wrap is installed, we can then move on to installing siding. Vinyl siding is held in place with vinyl trim and most commonly roofing nails. It is best to install all trim in an area to be sided before beginning any installation. Outside corner post, inside corner post, and J-channel will need to be installed. Butt the top of the corner post up against the soffit and let the bottom of the corner post run down 3 inches past the starting line of our siding. The bottom of the siding will be held in place with J-channel. You can use starter strip here, but special care needs to be taken that it's actually locked into the starter strip. To determine where to start your J-channel, you can measure down from each side of the house and chalk a line between these 2 points. It's important that your J-channel is both level and straight. If only one of these things is achievable, it's more important for the J-channel to be straight with the top of the house. That way, your last course of siding will be the same width the whole length of the home. Because we are carrying down our siding in the place of underpinning, we are first installing metal underpinning from ground to our chalked line. This is to ensure that no weed eaters will chew up our new siding. We install the J-channel along our chalked line. The ends of the J-channel are placed into the corner post and the seams in the J-channel are joined with butt joints. It should be installed with nails or screws every 8 to 12 inches. Make sure to drill 1/8 inch holes every 1 to 2 feet to allow water to drain out of the bottom of the J-channel. If there is a dramatic change in the base of the wall or with the grade, the J-channel can be stepped up or down to accommodate this. For more detailed information on installing J-channel, check out our construction manual. There are always obstacles when installing vinyl siding, such as electrical service panels, hose bibs, light fixtures, dryer vents, cable lines, etc. Depending on the type of obstacle, you may be able to remove it and reinstall it. For others, you may need professional help. On this particular project, we were able to install mounting blocks for the lights and fixtures. Once our vinyl trim pieces are installed, we can now mark our studs on our house. It is best practice to fasten siding through the sheathing and into the studs. This will ensure good hold from the fasteners and ensure siding will never blow off. This is of utmost importance when siding over a mobile home. Once all the vinyl trim is installed, you can begin installing panels. Pieces of siding will be installed working from one side of the house to the other. For each individual wall, pick the corner of the house that will be seen most often and start from the opposite corner. The pieces should overlap each other a minimum of 1.5 inches and a factory edge should always be exposed. In other words, all your cuts should always be hidden. The pieces in the first row will sit in the bottom J-channel and will need to be trimmed 1/4 inch short of the vertical J-channel to allow for expansion and contraction. Double check to make sure the first piece is level and attach every 12 to 18 inches with roofing nails or panhead screws. The fastener should be placed in the middle of the nailing slot and not driven tight. You want to be able to fit a nickel between the fastener head and the siding. This is to ensure it can move as it heats and cools. Pieces should be laid out so that no piece is used that is shorter than 2 feet. Stagger the seams as you work up and make sure that each piece of siding is interlocking with each other. A little side note here, we are using panhead screws instead of roofing nails. We have found that panhead screws are great when siding on mobile homes. In addition, it's a great idea to use shorter screws along the wall where you expect there might be wires. As you continue installing rows of siding, you will have to cut around obstacles. You can do this by holding the piece where it is to be installed. For instance, hold it up under a window, mark 1/4 inch away from the side J-channels, and measure from the bottom of the locking tab of the previous piece to the inside of the J-channel under the window. Measure both sides of the window as it might not be square or level. Transfer the measurements onto the piece and cut with snips. Continue installing siding pieces, being careful to make sure that you are working from one side to the other, attaching every 12 to 18 inches, making sure to leave fasteners a little loose, interlocking pieces securely, and staggering seams by a minimum of 2 feet. The next task is to terminate the siding at the top of the house. There are several ways to do this depending on the project and project scope. If soffit is already installed, J-channel will be installed right up against the soffit. The top piece of siding will either be finished with undersill trim or with trim nails through the weep holes. Depending on the sizing of your last piece will determine what is the best method for attachment. Check out the manual or ask your staff for more details. Some things to keep in mind. Be mindful of ladder safety, make sure you're hiding your cut edges, and have fun with it. Siding is a great way to get your whole group involved. Always make sure to cut your vinyl siding with snips. The use of power saws on vinyl can release a harmful chemical into the air, and nobody has time for that. We hope this video has been helpful to you. If you need more information, check out our construction manual at asphome.org.